Whoa. This is incredible, man. Wow. Oh, look at this. A pirate ship here. Look at that.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Whoa!
Hey, buddy. Hey.
Phil, what are you doing here?
Yeah, welcome to Cove, man. Thanks for coming by.
Man, this is cool, man. This is all yours?
Yeah, man. It's I've been working for a long time. It may not seem like it, but I've been working on this for over a year. I've been spraying, I've been building, and the goal is to have the best pirate and castle theme amusement park made out of Lego bricks or, whatever creative thing. This I got out of Hobby Lobby. It's an octopus.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's perfect. It's not Lego, but it works. So, I've just, the goal is to be as creative as possible and to encourage creativity.
This is very Game of Thrones. What is dead may never die.
Yes, I would get 10 of them. And, most of the time, Hobby Lobby has 50% off their jewelry department. I'm like an 80-year-old woman. Every time I'm in Hobby Lobby, I have like 18, things that are supposed to be for necklaces.
For a future sponsor, by the way, Hobby Lobby, we're open to your suggestions.
Yes, I would love that.
But
anyway, man, the thing is, I've been doing this for a year. I've been doing it by myself. I'm in my parents' basement. You know what I mean?
You couldn't tell.
Yeah.
It's very subtle.
I need to get my life together, dude.
Right.
And as much as I love doing this, I've been doing it by myself. And I remember as a kid, I would play Legos. When you play Legos, you would play with your friends. And I've been doing this by myself. So I pretty much quit life and pursued Lego full time.
Quit life
and I'm like, dude, I'm going to be like a 90-year-old man in my parents' basement still working on this thing. So I need some help.
Well, I support that. I support that endeavor.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. It's we're millennials. I think that we're allowed to do that. I'm pretty sure.
Why not?
Let me light this up. Korz Cove.
Cool. Korz
See,
Cove.
everything is mini inspired. We have different settings. It's like a marquee. So anyway,
this is kind of like a drag queen Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it's crazy looking. Wait. I have a surprise for you later.
I'm afraid it was going to to pop out of the table later.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
if I see a drag Beetlejuice,
it's showtime.
First of all, I'm going to give a high five and I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, that's a good theme.
Cool.
We could do that. But yeah, so this is like a resin epoxy over here. The goal is to have this whole table as the water. This is supposed to be water. This looks crazy, but that's going to be a big old octopus eventually. But this is the first time I've ever done any kind of resin or epoxy. And my parents, I didn't know that there's rules with this when I started this podcast.
Okay.
Well, actually, when I started this whole process, because I discovered epoxy and resin and I wanted to do it, but it was the dead of winter. And apparently it's it doesn't settle right if it's not the right temperature. So I was doing this in the middle of winter and all these toxic chemicals were being released. And, all these things, I was getting yelled at all the time. My parents were like, you cannot do this in the dead of winter. But I was like, man, this is all I want to do. So I would sneak a little here and there.
Hallucinating.
Yeah, I'm just passed out on the ground.
I come down here to work on Lego.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I got this weird twitch in my eye. So things are not going well. But at the same time, I was like, dang, dude, my parents were right because it never settled right. But it's, it's a learning part. So the goal actually had, this is actually pretty thick. So I started off just with a little bit, but there was actually Legos buried. There's like a Lego that dove right there. You see his legs. He dove into the water. He's buried.
Oh, he's in there for sure.
I had a whole bunch of these Legos were catching fish. So now it's I'm gonna have to build up the wall a little higher, but the goal is, the rest of it is supposed to look like regular water, and it's going to.
No, but this is good because this kind of already looks like the Exxon Valdez, and we got the oil leakage right here.
Yeah,
so it has very Jersey vibes already.
Yeah, so you get it. So if you can think about it, what would be something this amusement park needs?
Well, look, I'm coming in from Jersey, right? That's where I'm originally from. Born and raised in Bayonne, New Jersey. Very proud of it. Even though my home is in New York, Jersey will always be in my heart. And what place wouldn't be complete without the Jersey Boardwalk?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yes.
So we want all the carnies. We want the pizza places.
I love that.
We want all the different games and stuff right next to the ocean, right next to the big Ferris wheel and all the the Gravitron. You spin around, you throw up.
Yep.
We want all of it.
Okay.
All
perfect.
Right?
So all right. Well, I mean, if we can build all that tonight, that'd be great. But I say we start off maybe with the pizza shop.
Pizza?
On the boardwalk.
Let's do it.
Okay. Cool. So we need a base, which I'll grab that. But do you think should this be a sit down restaurant, or just the Lego patrons?
No. They're standing up because they're on the go.
They're getting it and
They're
they're
getting
gone.
it and they're gone. There's no sitting down here.
Okay, so I'm thinking, I'll get the base plate, but we'll have like something like this where it's like an open window.
Yep.
And so basically that's just the kitchen, and then we need a sign for the pizza shop. What should we call it? Pirate Pizza.
Pirate Pizza. Sure,
Okay.
why not?
I like that.
Pirate Pizza.
Okay, all right, that could work. All right, cool. So let me get the base. It's just right over here. Entertain the crowd if you don't mind.
Yeah, guys, I'm here. I'm in Maryland, and I'm in front of this this board that was made with crystal meth. It looks great. You know, we're here having fun. This is what it's like to hang out in Maryland in a table filled with dried crystal meth.
Yeah, and we're in Delaware, but that's okay.
We're in Delaware?
Yeah, that's the. I think every time.
You know what it is?
Chris,
It's these fumes that you were telling me about.
Yeah.
They got me confused where I'm at right now.
we might have to open a door or something.
I've told so many people I'm in Maryland right now.
I know.
It's hilarious.
Every time that we talk, I never know if he's joking or serious, but he's like, yeah, man. He's like, where do you live in Maryland? And I'm always just like, my address is this in Delaware. And then he's like, all right, man, I'll see you in Maryland. So it's all
It's
good.
hilarious.
All right, so what I'm thinking, we definitely need like boardwalk theme stuff.
Okay.
So I got some of these things over here.
Have you ever been down to the Jersey Shore?
I have, man. That's actually I'm not much, but I like the Jersey Shore.
When's the last time you went down there?
Probably 5-10 years.
That's a long time.
It's somewhere between.
I haven't been down there in a while. I'm due for a visit, but man, it's always such a great time. Always such great memories down there. I know, like the show Jersey Shore kind of gave it like a.
Yeah, but it's still I still like it. I like the concept of
I love
laundry. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they really.
No,
figured
man,
it
but
out.
I love the idea of just like you're down there, and it really is. It's such a cool little place. So many great memories from my childhood down there. That Jersey Shore down in Wildwood. I don't know if you ever been down to Wildwood.
And actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I love the fact that there's a lot of beach.
No.
You go to a lot of beaches where it's like 20 feet of beach and that's it, and then it's water. But the Jersey beaches are long.
Yeah.
You got a long way to go.
It's nice. It really is. It's nice. Like I know it catches a bad rap because it's Jersey, but it really is. It's really beautiful, man.
Yeah, I love
It's
that.
nice. Down when you get down to like Atlantic City, things get a little murky.
Yeah,
that area kind of is like a Death Star anyway.
But I also kind of like it.
I liked it anyway.
I like the
A casino eventually is what we're gonna need. That might be for the next time I come back. Would be a casino
and a comedy club.
A comedy club for sure.
I do want to build a comedy club. That's given because if this is going to be an amusement park, it can be whatever it wants.
Yeah.
And according to Lego Masters, the Lego roller coaster is the hardest thing to build. So this is actually part of the coaster. That has been the most difficult because I have to have a functioning coaster with a theme around it. So I'll have to show you some pictures, but I've had double loops, I've had straight drops,
This
I've
looks
had
incredible,
everything.
man.
So. But
What
I
is
have
just this right here because this almost looks a little bit like a boardwalk.
Yeah,
What
we
is
can
this?
use that. That was just a piece of a castle, but that's also like what we could use.
Okay.
Because I was thinking we could do. I would say we have a little bit bigger of a base, as far as like maybe we could get a couple more of these or something like that, just as far as the pizza shop would go. So like we'll have this as like the center, and then maybe we'll do two like just to have a little bit more. Of the pizza shop.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite pizza place in Jersey?
There's so many. One that jumps out to me is Santillo's in Elizabeth. Incredible pizza. There's another great place called Brooklyn Square, which is also in Jersey.
Okay.
But I would say for me, Santillo's, which actually burned down, believe it or not too long ago. And Dave Portnoy, I don't know if you know Dave Portnoy, right? He does the pizza reviews.
Okay, yes, yeah.
So he put together this pizza fest last year that my wife and I we went to, and all the proceeds for it, all the proceeds went to rebuild Al Santillo's pizza place.
Okay.
So he's in the middle of rebuilding it right now, and he would have been able to do that if it wasn't for Dave Portnoy, like giving all the proceeds from Pizza Fest to help rebuild it. So
Dang,
really cool, man.
Very neat.
But,
all right,
yeah,
Dave.
one of my favorite pizza places in Jersey. What about you? Some of your pizza places that I don't know about Jersey, but because you live in Maryland, obviously.
Yeah. So I like Barcelona's. That's what I would say. That's one of my favorites here in Delaware. They have a great buffalo chicken pizza. Big fan of that. It's like my favorite ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love pizza. I was on a pizza kick, man. I think I had pizza for like 148 days in a row. And
I think, honestly, I think it's in America, because I've had pizza. My wife and I, we went to Italy recently, and you would think, like, oh, it's, I think that if you don't live, in an area that has really good pizza, if you go to Italy, you're like, oh, wow, this is really, really good. But
right.
in Italy, they don't use a lot of garlic. That's an American thing.
That is an American thing.
Okay, yeah, and you were telling me a little bit about the food there too. You said that wasn't there something there was like no eggs or meat or something that you were saying?
They really don't mess around with chicken.
Oh, that's what
They
you're saying.
don't mess around with chicken, which you don't think you don't think you would miss it, but like when everything is like pork or beef or seafood, and you're like, can I get a little chicken? They just every culture, no matter who they are, they have their blind spots, and in Italy, they just don't do a lot of chicken. They just don't. And I've asked people there, and they said they consider chicken something you eat either when you're sick or you're trying to lose weight.
Interesting.
They don't like the idea of like chicken Parmesan is like, why would you insult the Parmesan?
Yeah, well, you're way too healthy to be eating that.
No, it's like, why would you insult the Parmesan? You have any idea how hard it is to make Parmesan, and you want to insult it by giving it to chicken? So for them, it's like they don't, and to be honest with you, they really don't season it that well. They don't know how to season chicken.
Okay.
So it kind of has like a brothy, like, anytime I've had it, even when I'm over there, I'm like,
yeah, they just don't know what's
you guys
happening.
forget the salt?
Yeah, well, it's actually funny too because my sister's from Indiana, not from Indiana. She lives in Indiana now, but they don't really do cheesesteaks there or chicken cheesesteaks or anything like that. So if you ask for a chicken cheesesteak, you're gonna get a slab of chicken on bread. It's not like they don't know what the
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's interesting.
That's interesting, man. But everything else in Italy was great. It was wonderful. I don't want you to feel like I'm bad mouthing the place, but it was just, I thought it was interesting. No matter what, like every culture, has their blind spots.
Yeah. Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, beautiful.
I mean, not really.
Not really.
But I'm saying it has their like. It's just like we're all
beautiful.
We all have our flaws and our things, and it's like that's all right.
The minute I came back, though, honestly, we were there for 2 weeks. The minute I came back, I made a beeline for Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah,
I was like, dude, just let's go.
I can get some
All
Chick-fil-A
day,
now.
like 5 or 6 of these things, and just inhaled them.
Yeah, you need that because that's all I was.
You miss honestly, you miss America, man. You miss it when you're out of the country, and it's fun it's great to get away, but it's good to come home too. Because when I came back, it was just like, oh my god,
you're ready. You're ready to get back.
I tacked it like you don't even know.
Yeah, so. well, I figured as much because I know for a fact that you just recently. Recorded your comedy special.
Yeah, the second one.
Yep. And you self-produce it, which is incredible. I think we're at a day and an age as comedians and as performers where you can't just rely on stand-up or you can't rely on that one gig that like you're hoping that someone gives you. You have to create your own opportunities.
Yeah, you really do.
And so learning production and learning what it takes to actually film your own special, to pack out the place, to do all that stuff. I'm very grateful to be a part of that. That was like a really amazing night. You did such a phenomenal job on stage, and
you're too kind, man.
The venue was beautiful. I will cherish that night for at least 3 more weeks.
At least 3 more weeks.
Great night, and So, what was that process like for you as far as filming that special?
I think for the second one, I had an idea of where I needed to go and just kind of all the emotions that go through it, and there was a lot of things that I had already established by the time I hit the second one versus the first one. The first one is really where I was like shitting square bricks. Like, I was fucking lost.
I was lost.
Because you have to get the venue, you got to find the cinematographer.
Yep.
And you have to interview all these people. And the idea of like a cinematographer, you want somebody who wants to be able to really understand how to shoot comedy, because it's a different medium altogether. Like, you don't want somebody that's just like, well, they've never shot comedy before, but they've done dramatic film. How different can it be? Very, very different. Like, you need 100%. Sound is everything.
Yeah.
So it's like you need to have the microphone. Like, you have to have the audience mic'd separately. Right. So that way, it's like when you're getting your laughs, you can add that together at the end. Because a lot of times I've seen people that have done specials that didn't do that, and they had a great special. I was there for it. I was there to support. And then you watch the playback, and it almost looks like you're bombing for 45 minutes because the sound is off, because you're relying on the sound of the cameras, and it's not the same. You need its own microphone.
Right.
So you have to make sure that the cinematographer that you use understands that. The guy I was lucky enough to use was Eric Alexander. He's a great guy. Highly recommend him, whether you're shooting a documentary or you're trying to do your own comedy special in New York City. Awesome guy. And working with him helped kind of like close that out. And then we had to find a really good venue, and we wanted to find something that we could fill up, but at the same time we weren't on like a lot of pressure to like, oh my God, I need like 80, 90 people for this to like sound good.
Right.
So that first special, we found a really good place. We shot it at Don't Tell Mama in New York City.
I love that venue. That's a great place.
Such a dope venue,
such a
man.
cool spot.
You could get like honestly 40, 50 people in there, and it sounds like Madison Square Garden.
Really does.
And we ended up like packing it out with like 60, 70 people. It was a great time. And then, comes like at the end for the, for your first special, you want to see what music am I going to add? How am I going to do the credits? Like kind of make it unique and special.
Yeah.
And then once you get done with all that.
That's not all.
And then,
and then
you got to how do I get this thing, get eyeballs on it?
Yep.
And
That's the biggest part right there.
And then at some point you kind of put it out there. It's just one of those things where it's like a message in a bottle.
Yeah.
Where you just let it go, and you're like, I hope this finds an audience, and it did.
Yeah.
It was like it ended up getting like thousands and thousands of views, and people were nice enough to comment, and that opened up the door to getting on bigger shows and getting more time, and doing a little bit more road work, because a lot of times bookers will look at things and they'll ask you like, all right, how much time can you do? And it doesn't really matter what you say.
Yeah.
If I just send them a comedy special, I'm like, all right, look, here's 40 minutes. They're like, all right, it's done.
Yeah.
And so it was like immediately, like they're not going to watch the whole 40 minutes. They'll watch a couple of minutes, like, all right, fine, it's good enough.
Yeah.
And then that's it. On to the next thing.
Well, yeah, but as you and I know too, it's like we're at a day and age where social media has really impacted comedy a lot, and so if you don't have any kind of social media following, a lot of the clubs don't even care. They're like, you could literally tell a comedy club, be like, I probably have 3 minutes maybe of usable material, but I have 10 million followers.
Right.
You're gonna get booked.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a shame, because it's like, you don't have to be funny to be, in the stand-up world anymore. You just have to have a following. But if you can be funny with a following,
right,
that's huge. So,
right.
I mean, that's like one of those things where, obviously getting the traction from learning all that stuff is like, you're building your resume, you're building yourself. Right. So it's like, that's key, man. You really gotta build it all and learn it all to thrive,
But I will say is that like once you can kind of put out a comedy special, it made I that first one, once it was like one and done, new stuff is always coming in, so it's kind of like a conveyor belt.
Yes,
like you have your other material, and then like slowly but surely, like you start to have new jokes, and nothing is more exciting than like a new joke that you want to tell.
It's really exciting.
And it's like once you have that, then like maybe a year or so goes by, and you're like, all right, well I'm ready for another special. And so then you're like, all right, how many minutes do I have? And you're like, all right, well, I feel like I'm at like, for me, I'm always the opposite. I always have too much time and I have to scale back.
Yeah, right.
Something Bill Burr had said, and it stuck with me. I think I heard him say this on a podcast. He may have been down. Was he down here before building Legos?
Yeah,
was he down
right
here?
before
I came in. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. We were huffing some paint.
He had said, like, you should, as a comic, be able to come up with 5 to 10 new minutes every month.
Okay, wow, that's huge. I was going to even say a year.
No, he was saying, but I'm not saying like super polished, but like an idea of like good premises, setup punches, like 5 to 10 minutes a month.
Okay, wow.
So on the low scale, just saying 5 minutes, that's 60 minutes a year.
Yeah,
so 2 years, that's 2 hours.
Hours,
So
right.
you mean you can't come up with like 30, 40 minutes of 2 hours?
Dude, that's
like,
a really good
you're
point.
really an idiot then.
Yeah.
Because there are guys that have been in this, and I mean this with all due respect, they've been in this for like decades.
Mm-hmm. Still doing the same
and
stuff.
they're still doing the same shit. And you're like, dude.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So it's like we're at a day in age too where I think, because I can see both sides. I know a lot of career comedians who, let's say they've been doing it 20 years and they have been doing the same. I've been working on since I started doing comedy. They're doing the exact same verbatim material, and it works for them because if they have a different audience, like then they're always like, to them as long as it feels fresh and new, then then it doesn't matter. But then there's comedians that do that, and you as a performer can tell, like, dude, I'm tired of hearing you say it. You're tired of even saying it, And it's like, that's where the point is like, okay, well, you can get by. You can have a good career as doing the same material, but are you even challenging yourself? I feel like the 5 minutes, all that stuff is like, there's so much material in life, and there's so many things
it's always
that,
coming
like,
in. Like, honestly, it's like if you don't have new material coming in, just organically, like you really got to ask yourself, like, what, like, maybe this isn't for you, man.
Yeah.
And the only thing I would say is that I've had other people tell me this when they've gone to see other comics, and they've said, listen, I went to go see this guy. He's really funny. I'm never going to go see him again. I was like, what happened? And she goes, he did the same material he did a year ago when I went to go see him.
Wow. Yeah. See, that's
it's like 90% of the same material. And it's like, that's it. Then your audience isn't going to come up there and tell you that. They're just not going to come back.
Right. Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, I look at it
yeah.
like I owe them.
Yeah.
I owe you guys new jokes. I owe you guys new material. And the good news is, like, new material is always coming in.
Yeah.
Like, so it's easy.
But I think, that's a brilliant way to look at it too, man, because really it's so important. Because, you can get in a habit of, like, what works. It's like you finally get something that works, and it works perfectly, and then you're like, oh, man, I want to keep doing it. But then it's like that you're not challenging yourself. So that's a really cool way to look at it, just because I do know how easy it is to get comfortable with your own material. But now it's like, people, once they see you, and if they see something you've done online or they've seen anything, then it's like, oh, well, why would I stay around for this hour if I know it's the
and a
same
lot of
thing?
times, it's like, even like I've learned as I've gone on, is like to kind of take stuff from the news, because I can, like, you make your joke of it and then like you light it on fire, because it's not really something that I'm going to be putting into like my main state of like my routine anyway. So it's like you have like kind of like your setup punch for whatever you want to talk about in the news. You take it, you go around to a couple of clubs and a couple of places. Once you feel like it's good enough, you put it up and burn it onto the next thing. Yeah. So you constantly have like clips of stuff that you could put on. So as people say, like, what does this guy do? Yeah. You can take a look, and then, like, I'm not spoiling anything. When you actually come to a show, I'm gonna have all new stuff for you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was Pete Davidson. He was doing some kind of award show or something like that, and he went up on stage and he was doing his material, which he had already like recorded a special. And he even said, he was like, "Yep, I haven't written a joke in 4 years." Or something like that, where like people were like, "Dude, why are you talking about Kobe Bryant right now?" Or something like it was. He was like, "Well, you gotta be relevant. You gotta be relevant with the times."
But like, I don't want to take away from like anybody else's process and stuff like that. Like, if you're working on a film, or like you're as busy as he is, it's like, I understand. It's like, if you're working on the
like
stuff,
dating Kim Kardashian
or whatever he was doing, he made the rounds. Yeah. But regardless, it was just like, I think that, like, once you have like an idea, it's like running a marathon. Which you can tell by my physique that I do all the time.
Yeah,
something. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to brag, but you can tell.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, right.
It's
subtle.
a thick hoodie.
Right, it's very thick. It covers everything here. But it's like when you run a marathon, you have an idea of like the pace and the how fast you need to run, when you need to push, when you need to pull back. And once you do that first marathon, the second time, it's like you develop the skill set to run marathons, and that's what a special is. It's basically the comedic version of a marathon.
Interesting analogy, Sergeant.
Yes, yeah.
And then once you do that, it's a little bit easier the next time you do it, and then it's yet another skill set, just as important as it is for crowd work, just as important it is for hosting, just as important it is to do a killer 7-minute set, killer 10, killer 20, killer half an hour, killer hour. It's a different skill set to build from the ground all the way up to the top, your 40, 50, 60-minute comedy special, and then put it together. And then once you have that, it's a new skill set. It's just like anything else.
So it's like basically every like you mentioned the 5 minutes, because those are all like critical times. Like 7 minutes, 10 minutes. All those are what clubs are looking for and how you grow as a comedian. But those are all different art forms. All a part of the same umbrella. But like to grow as a comedian and a performer, like, you have to learn how to do that type 5. You have to learn how to do 40 minutes. Those are like really different processes. So that's a
and you
really
find your own way. I think even this is a process. Like, there are things that we're going to talk about here that are hilarious and super funny, but they wouldn't land in the format of stand-up.
Right.
So it's like you'll even learn that as you go through. And the cool thing about the internet is like you could look at people that are much further ahead than you. Yeah. And be able to like, oh, this is what they're doing. Oh, okay, this is where I need to be.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it helps.
Yeah. I was going to ask, so do you think we should go with brick, or do you think we should go more like a wood? Like, so let me show you. So like I have this is more kind of.
So I think brick would be better because it would contrast, because we already have the light of the boardwalk. I think
Yep.
that would make it stand out more.
So you want to go with this color that we have?
Yeah,
here?
I think that's good.
I think that's a cool pizza shop color. So I was gonna build a base.
It kind of
around
has
here.
like it's already the color of the grease from the cheap pizza.
Yes, yeah. So it
that
makes
actually
sense.
works.
It's like
But for your special, when you shot your special, right?
yeah.
And I'm sure you kind of went through the same thing, and you were shooting it at Caroline's, right?
Yeah, which is sad. R.I.P. Caroline's no longer a club. So sad. That was a really cool moment. I had my picture in Times Square in my own like green room. That I also planned. I had 6 months to have everything ready. I had Daniel Tay from
wow.
Elf.
Okay.
He was one of my openers. I had Star. She's a comedian. She's a great performer. I had Josh Tolentino. I had a great lineup of performers, and it was great to do that. But it was 6 months. I rehearsed every single day. I think I did a total of about 55 minutes, which I wasn't going for an hour or anything like that. But I did do my first 10 minutes. I did do jokes that I already had recorded. So my goal was to actually have a tight 30 special, and so I warmed up the crowd with the stuff I knew was going to work, and then I went into all the newer stuff, and I rehearsed every single day for that special, and it comes and goes so fast. It's like you think everything's going to be good, and that memory will just that night comes and then it's gone just as fast as it took you to book the phone, on the phone and be like, hey, I want to, perform there. It's done. So I have learned that you really have to kind of stay in the middle, instead of riding the high for too long or, getting down when I'm like, oh, I can't believe this is over. It's just I was ready for the next thing too. So it was okay, well, I did this. Now it's what am I doing next?
What's next?
Yes. I feel like in this world today, it's not about what you've done, it's about what you're doing. I did that comedy special in 2018, and so it's about, I'm due for another special.
You definitely do.
Yeah, so I think 2026, 2026 will be my goal to have, at least a new 45.
That's cool, man.
Because, life is crazy and things like that. But just as you were saying, it's I filmed that special so long ago, but there's only a certain window time where I can go to a booker and be like, dude, I filmed this comedy special in 2018, and it's 2030, and they're like, okay, great.
No,
what else have you done? So
totally.
I love the fact that you challenge yourself and you're continuing to grow. I think that every time I've seen you perform, you've always done new jokes, and I'm like, dang, dude, that is you're a real comedian.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Hi, thanks, really.
I always
cool.
there's. I mean, I have to be honest. There's a great thrill in doing a new joke, especially I've always kind of felt like this way is that the more that you take your ideas more seriously, the more the ideas come. I try to let my mind be like an Ellis Island for ideas.
Okay,
You
wow.
let them come in, man.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I feel it's the same thing from our immigrants, Irish Italian.
Yep.
So it's once you have somebody that came over to America, right?
Yeah.
They came over and they started doing well, and from my ancestry from Ireland, my ancestry from Italy, they struggle. It's just why they came here. And once they made a little bit of money and they started sending it back home, they're like, oh my God, this crazy place called America, this is where we could be. And it's you want to have these ideas in your head. I kind of imagine them like that, where they start to do well. They're like, hey, you're not going to believe it, that crazy idea that he did. It actually is doing well. Guys, you should come over more, man. And then it's more ideas start to come. So I try to welcome all ideas. There's no good or bad ones. And no matter how crazy or whatever out there they are, I always take them seriously enough to write them down. And then what I do, my process is I'll take anything that I think is funny, even if it's a premise I don't even have a punchline for, just the idea of a premise, I'll write it down. Or anytime I say something and someone laughs, even if I don't mean for them to laugh and I'm just being serious, I'll write that down. And then at the end of the week, I review everything.
Okay.
And then at the end of the month, I'll review everything I've already reviewed.
Yeah.
And by the end of the month, it's it doesn't even feel like it's my voice. It sounds like somebody else. So I'm getting to see my own work objectively.
Wow, yeah.
And then from there, you're like, all right, what do I want to drop and what do I want to develop?
Right.
But the feeling, just putting a button on it, the feeling of wanting to have that new joke, it's like being a chef in a restaurant.
Right.
Like, you just put this beautiful dish together. Like, I can't wait to serve this to you.
I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you don't want to have, like, and don't get me wrong, everyone loves, like, the double fucking, smash burger, right?
Yeah.
We all love that.
Yeah.
But it's like, look, I got this new fucking thing with the bacon jam and the Munson fucking cheese with the fucking brioche bun. And I'm telling you, it's going to knock your socks off.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, this is great. So you want to have, like, the new stuff. So for me, it's also a thrill just to have, like, a new joke to tell people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, too, even with the way that you're doing as far as the process, when you're looking at something and you're reading it and you still think it's funny, then that's funny. I feel like that's a different level of funny, because like you can read something and you can say something and the humor could read differently, but if you're still reading it and you're like, dang, that's a really funny line, then you know you have to keep it.
So I'll give you an example.
Yeah,
I'll give you an example.
Let me hear.
So this is from 2 days ago.
Okay.
I was in New York City. I was coming down the subway, and these group of guys were going up the stairs.
Okay.
All right. And I actually heard this. I heard them say, "Hey, yo, Donnie, I'm not going to lie to you. You got a flat ass, bro." And it was like,
Okay.
I was like, I don't know where that's going to go. But it's like, I got to write that down. And that was a real thing. It's like, yo, I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm just saying, man, you got a flat ass, bro. As they're going up the stairs.
Hilarious.
And it was just like, where do you go from there? I could just imagine if I said that to my friends growing up. Hey, Tyrone, I'm not for nothing. Just got to tell you, you got a flat fucking ass.
Yeah, right.
Like, what the fuck are you saying?
Like,
So,
you all right?
yeah, you all right, man? You good? You all right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just funny. Happy Pride Month, by the way. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. Very colorful down here, so,
But I thought it was so. It's like things like that where it's like I don't even know where I would go with it, but just because I thought it was funny enough and it made me laugh, I stopped everything to write it down.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, well, it's like building a bird's nest. Like, where is this piece of hay gonna go? I don't know.
I don't know, but it's got to go
It's gotta
somewhere.
go. It might go somewhere, but it's just like it's just even if it's just funny in a category of like funny things I've heard in New York. Now I have yet another thing I could talk about. So
Yeah, so that's great, man. You're always constantly thinking. I think that you have that comedian mindset because life is funny, life is crazy, and I've from what I've known of you is that every situation, no matter how poor it is or how crazy it is, you've always found the humor in it, and I think that's a really cool gift to have.
I appreciate. I think it's to be honest with you, I think it's kind of like a defense mechanism.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like so, maybe like growing up.
I think it's a way of kind of like coloring the world so that you, it's a way of defense mechanism of a way of like rounding the sharp edges.
Yeah, I get that.
So something it's like it doesn't sting or if you're able to kind of take the piss out of something a little bit, it doesn't sting you or hurt you as much if you could find a way to make it funny. And then to be honest with you, like we're all hurt by very similar things, and it's like if I can find a way to jujitsu that into something funny, then it's like I'm willing to bet somebody else out there is struggling with something.
Oh, absolutely.
And then they're like, oh my God. And then it kind of feels good because it's like I went through this awful thing or whatever it is, and then I found a way to make it funny, and then you could share it, and other people will laugh at it, but it's funny. But other people might be like, I went through the similar thing, or my sister went through the same thing, or my brother went through the same thing, and I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I try to make my comedy like really personal in that way. Don't get me wrong. I have like my LOLs and other funny shit, but I try to talk about like really personal stuff. My next comedy special that I'm doing, I'm already working on it right now.
Wow.
Is Family Secrets.
Okay.
That's gonna be the name of it.
Nice.
Seriously,
Okay.
that's the name of it.
believe
It's Family Secrets because I thought it was an interesting thing. Just the idea of, and this is a true thing. I'm not tipping my hand by telling anybody at home or you this, is that like my dad was a psychiatrist and my mom was one of his patients. Wow. And that's how they met.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
So
interesting already.
People fall in love in mysterious ways.
So it's like the idea of like that plus other stuff, and I've like the joke I have is like, so this right here is physical evidence of malpractice. Right?
Okay.
But the joke of it is that like I've found is that other people, and everyone goes through this, is that like we all kind of have family members or people that we're close with that have like maybe they've gone to jail, maybe they got addicted to drugs, or there's always like this weird like kind of family secret that we all have.
Right.
That we all try to hide because we don't want anyone else to know.
Right.
When the reality is that everyone has that.
Yeah. It's true.
And I want to be able to kind of talk about it and be like, here's the crazy things that are going on in my family. Here are the family members I had. Here's one of them that went to jail. Here's why he went to jail. And just to kind of show and make light of it.
Yeah.
And just to kind of show us that we all have that.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
still trying to find the narrative for it, obviously, because it's so brand new. We just it's in June right now, right?
Yeah.
And I shot my second special in February,
Yeah,
so
dude,
it still has time. I'm hoping to get it done by hoping for 2027.
Okay, yeah. So you're
So to
you're
give
already,
myself like 2 years to
Yeah.
really build it up.
you're on your way there already. So that's great. And just I think that relatability is really something key too, because I think a lot of people are so self-conscious about their mishaps and things that have happened in their life, but in reality, like, we all are going through things.
Sure.
Like, for example, I went to jail, and it wasn't long enough for me to get a prison tattoo or anything like that, but it was enough for me to experience that whole situation. And at the time, I was kind of mortified and embarrassed. I was like, oh, man, I don't want to talk about this. And my mom was like, I just don't know what to do. And I'm like, don't know what to do about what? She's like, should I tell Judy?
Oh
and
my
I'm like,
God, tell
Judy?
no one.
What are you
Tell no one.
talking about?
God.
I was like, what are you, we're not talking about this to
No,
anybody.
this is not.
But,
Should I take the Facebook post down?
yeah, I'm like, yes, Mom, please stop telling people at church.
Please.
Like, I don't want everyone to
Pray
know.
in silence,
Yeah,
everyone.
like we can just say maybe I went through something, but
Sure.
in reality, I'm like, now time has passed, and it's like, dude, who cares? It's like, if I said that, and I, in a group of people, and like 5 people out of 10 were like, yeah, me too, and it's like, oh dang, you're a lot more.
There's a lot of
relatable.
people that have robbed the 7-Eleven with an erection.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's no big deal.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
honestly, it's like you do it once, you do it a million times.
I
right?
love those taquitos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really like.
Give you a fucking taquito. Give me that fucking right now.
Give it to me right now.
The C4.
Anyway,
okay.
But no, continue. As you were saying with some of these, I don't have these. I only have like.
The 2. You want the 2 guys?
Because I'm assuming that's what we need, right?
Yeah, well, I just put because this is going to be the window, so like, I figured that they would be serving pizza on the boardwalk.
Do we have a brick? Do you want me to make bricks?
Yeah, I would
here
say we could do the bigger brick for the longer wall.
to build it up.
Yeah, so I was just going to keep this open as.
Oh,
this
keep it
being
open for the window, for
yeah,
sure.
So here's some of the bricks here.
Okay.
You can put it anywhere over there. But yeah, man. So family's tough, life is tough, but that's why we're doing this, man. That's why we're
So
trying to bring
I think that it's an interesting thing. I don't know if you've ever thought about this. Is that I was just actually there's a guy that I work with in comedy. I've been doing it long enough now that I do a little bit of coaching on the side for like people that are starting off and really just that kind of rudimentary stuff just to help them out with like watching their sets and it's a cool thing to do and it's also to me it's also I find it's much more helpful when I was starting off to have somebody that was like one-on-one helping me versus like going through like this 5-6 week like course that was like hundreds of dollars.
Right.
But anyway, there's a guy that I'm coaching, nice enough of a guy, and he works in computer science. And I had said like, oh, dude, I would love to have like a job. Fantasize about like where I had a steady paycheck and I wouldn't have to worry about it. And he said the complete opposite. He was just like, dude, I'm so sick of my fucking job. I wish I would do what you do.
Wow.
Where it's like you go on the road, you don't know where tomorrow's going to take you, and it's like the grass is always greener on the other side. It really is.
Yeah,
it's
man.
just, it's so funny how that works.
It's always your perspective of things, because there's sometimes I think that we're always as a human society, we're always in that state. It's like you always want something else that someone else has or this or that. But in reality, it's like that person who, let's say, is from Hawaii, and people are like, oh, I wish I was from Hawaii.
Right.
But the people who are from Hawaii is like, dude, I hate this place now. It's it's just one of those things.
It's hard to imagine that,
Yeah, it is. But we all. We all go through that, but it's at the same time, if you can just only focus on what you can control and how you can make yourself happy, then it doesn't matter what people are doing. Because like everyone has their own story and everyone has their own lives and the worries and concerns, and we're all actually very similar. But yeah, like wanting what someone else has, like your perspective of it is completely different of the reality of it, because it is exhausting. Going gig to gig and like not hoping that you're going to get booked and this and that and. But then it's also on his side. It's like, man, I would hate to go to a full-time job. I'm in my parents' basement right now, and I'm 34 years old.
What's wrong with that?
Anyway,
some of these things, like if you want to hear something crazy, I did a gig recently. It was a headlining gig, and the guy reached out to me and he was like, hey, listen, I've seen some of your clips. I'd like to bring in for a show. Would you be cool to close it out? I said, yeah, sure. And he goes, oh, don't worry, I'll take care of you at the end. And I was like, sure, great.
Perfect.
So I get there, I do the thing, and The audience, there wasn't that many audience. There was only like 15 people.
Okay.
And as soon as I got there, he's like, well, "You're bringing people, right?"
As soon as you got,
I mean, that's you brought me.
Yeah,
Like,
what are you talking about?
What are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Like, don't you think this is a conversation we should have had like a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, right.
He's like, "You're bringing people, right?" I was like, "No, I mean, I don't know. I got a couple people that might come hang out, but I don't know. I can't guarantee. Like, the weather's miserable." I was like, "Well, what do we have here?" He goes, "Well, we have 15 people." I said, "Listen, we'll knock it out with the 15 people.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a great time."
Yeah.
All right. The comics that went up, some of them were just kind of still new.
Okay.
So it's not that they were like awful. They just didn't know how to defuse the bomb.
Yeah, got
And
it.
if you don't know how to defuse the bomb and you just continue to do material,
Yeah.
it's like the room
It's-
gets really stagnant real quick. It
stinks.
becomes like a living suicide note.
Yeah,
It's awful.
Yeah.
So
And you feel it. Everyone
yeah, you
feels
feel it. Like everyone wanted to kill themselves.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I'm starting from like negative 3,000. The audience, some of them had already got up to leave, and they were saying, like, look, to the owner, I heard them. They were like, listen, I need to get a refund. This is not what I expected.
Don't say that. Please don't say that.
Oh, no. Refund? They're asking for a refund?
Before I even got on stage.
No.
So I got on stage. So I got on stage, and immediately you address the situation. I got people laughing, got people on board, and we started having a good time. And finally, like, we turned it around, ended up having a good night, and people were like, I was about to ask for a refund. And then, you know,
Yeah, you saved it.
You had a, you know, you made me laugh.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. Thanks a lot. You know, you exchange socials. I go up to the owner.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting to get paid. I swear to God. He looks at me and goes, I'll get you next time.
Oh, my God. No, dude.
All right. Okay. And that's just what I'm saying is that, like, people hear, like, the stories of, like, stand-up comedy and like some of these things, and you just can't believe it.
Right, it doesn't make sense, and I feel like you and I have had a similar conversation like this before. But it's weird that comedians are the only like art form that's just willing to do things unpaid and willing to do things like, oh, we're like, you know, we work and we travel, we do this, and we're like, yeah, don't worry about that, don't worry about paying us, blah blah blah.
I got offered. This was I don't want to say where. All right, but I got offered for a gig. They reached out to me and they were like, listen, we've heard so many good things about you. We'd like you to come down here for a week.
Yeah.
And because we've heard so many good things, we're prepared to offer you $50.
Oh,
and I'm
God.
like, is that, I mean, you guys
Yeah.
going to put me up in a hotel? And this is a real thing. She really said this.
Yeah.
She said, well, what you could do is that you could see if you could, you know, show up on the first night and see if you could make nice with one of the audience members and see if you could crash there for a week. I'm like, I'm not trying to get reverse Cosby'd here, all right, lady?
That is wild.
So, like, the idea of, like, the thing is, though, she offered that to me because some fucking brain-dead comic went out there and said yes.
Why do they do that?
Yeah, and they were like $50.
Yeah, this was, like, well out of state. This wasn't, like, something next door. This was, like, something well out of state.
Right, but the thing is, though, like, you know, I feel like musicians wouldn't do that. Like, why is it that this is the only art form that we have been so willing to accept that?
I do. Well, first of all, is I just think there's a shit ton of comics out there, and they just, like, they've all been, like, oh, you just need stage time, so let's just do anything. So
Right.
that's the first thing. The second thing I think is that I think part of the art form of itself is that you disguise the art of it.
Yes, absolutely.
So you
yes.
disguise the work that you do. You disguise how many years or, you know,
Yeah.
how long you've been thinking about the bit.
Yes,
it makes
yes.
it sound like this is just off the top of my
Organic,
head.
Yeah, 100%.
And so you're like, that's funny. It reminds me of my brother-in-law. He's funny too. You know, all right, I'll give you, you know, for payment, I was thinking about mozzarella sticks. And you're like, I've been working on this for fucking years. But what I find interesting is that once you break through, right? Once you break through, there are people I've known that they went from like getting paid in like chicken sandwiches
Yep.
to getting $10,000, $20,000 a weekend.
Yeah,
and they're telling the same fucking jokes.
Right.
They were just able to break through, whether it was that viral clip or whether or not, you know, they were opening for somebody and things just kind of took off. You know, it was that moment where you break through, where literally you're telling the same fucking jokes, and
you're
maybe you
getting
have
paid,
and
yeah.
that now all of a sudden it's just like you go from like it's like feast or famine, you know.
Yeah, so that's I guess there is that point, and the point I guess I would even say is that giving up is not an option. If it's your dream, if it's your passion, knowing that you're working for it and that eventually, if you don't quit, it will happen.
Right.
That's a pretty good philosophy to have. You know what I mean? Because it gets tough when you get to that point where you keep doing the same grind. But if you can convince yourself that they're like, even going through this, like I will make it. Then I feel like that's maybe a good mindset to have.
I think the idea of making it has a lot of different definitions.
Yeah, it's different for everybody, I think.
But I will say is that the idea of just even doing comedy and just going out there and having the privilege, and I really do take it like that somebody's out there paying money to come hear my thoughts and my jokes, it's an honor and a privilege. And the way that I look at it is like, you know, everything after that is just kind of like cream cheese. It's like if you're gonna say if I got struck by lightning tomorrow, and I would say like, you know, in terms of like commercial success, like who knows? Like you chalk that up to the fickle gods of entertainment. But in terms of going out there and like there was something Bradley Cooper said that stuck with me.
Wait.
I promise you, I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay, it's cream cheese. I'm thinking about. Okay, you're gonna reference that again, right?
Cream cheese?
Yeah, you say it's like cream cheese. I've been confused ever since you said cream cheese because I'm like, you said it's just everything's like it's.
Yeah,
like
or fresh mozzarella.
Okay, yeah. So you said the cream cheese or mozzarella, and then you get struck by lightning.
I promise you, I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
I promise you, I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
There was something Bradley Cooper had said.
Yeah.
He had said that when he did The Elephant Man, when he was in grad school, when he took his bows when he was doing The Elephant Man, and then years later, you know, after all the commercial success he had, he took his bows when he was performing The Elephant Man on Broadway.
Wow.
And he said the feeling was the same.
Wow.
So, in other words, it's like, obviously you want like that huge windfall. You want to be able to like, all right, you know, sweetie, we can finally order off the entree side of the menu.
Yeah.
You want that like consistently. And you want to be able to have like these checks. And it doesn't, my point is that it doesn't have to be like this huge windfall of cash. But like, you know, when you deal with owners and bookers sometimes, if you don't have like that huge following and you're still trying to make a name for yourself, like, does it always have to be nothing?
Yeah, right.
And so that could be frustrating.
Yeah.
But like in terms of the feeling, it's like if the feeling is the same, then it's like you've already made it.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
that's huge. That's a big.
And like honestly, like
so,
there are
yeah,
things,
I get what you're saying.
there are things that like there are really beautiful things along the journey, like meeting you, this disgusting basement that we're working in.
Yeah, there's probably mold down here.
I mean, at the very least, I mean, you know, there's a dead body over there I haven't addressed. You know,
well,
over there.
That's a prop.
Wink, wink. Ha.
You know, all right, you know, a prop.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting Neverland Ranch. But honestly, like meeting you and like friendships that you've made along the way, it's like that. All that stuff is like part of the gift, and so like you don't want to overlook that sort of shit. Like, be like, oh, I didn't get on this, or I didn't get on this show, or I didn't get on that. And it's like you're overlooking gigantic fucking things that were huge assets simply because it was like you're scratching a fucking lottery ticket every day.
Yep.
For some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like whatever it is, like SNL or, you know, getting on the Tonight Show or like getting in a film or like having your film selected for a film festival or having like huge commercial success or like get to open up for this big headline comic or whatever. Like maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. But like, you know, my point is that like the friendships and the relationships you have with people and the like and the cool things and the audiences you get to perform in front of, it's like if the feeling is the same whether you perform in front of 50 people versus 500, if the feeling is the same, then who gives a shit?
Right.
In my opinion, because it's all out of your fucking control anyway.
Yeah.
All you can do is just grind as hard as you can, work as hard as you can, and then you leave it up to the fickle gods of entertainment.
Yeah, so I think you're making a brilliant point here. It's really like enjoying the journey, enjoying the process of all of it, because that's what life is. It's not like the end all be all. Is like, you know, when I thought that I started doing stand up, it was like stand up or nothing. But then I started acting and then producing comedy festivals and doing wine festivals, all these things. But it's like, man, it's like the quality of your life is what's most important. So it's like enjoy those moments. And, you know, if you can find the positivity and the light in all those moments, then your life is beautiful no matter what. It doesn't matter who you've opened for or what you've done. It's like, you know, the friendships. I cherish our friendship. I cherish, like, you know, all these things that have happened because that's, like, you know, part of my growth and,
it's part of the journey, man. And I will say, like, for me, like, I'm very, very lucky to have my wife. Been with her for 14 years now. She directed my last 2 specials.
Yep. Kudos to you, Julie.
Yeah, Julie.
Yeah.
But honestly, Julie, who grew up in a haunted house, which we'll circle back to in a second.
Please, I would love to talk about that.
But it's like, you know, I would have never met her if I didn't go into this field.
Right.
And I didn't originally start off in this field. I started off as a business major in college.
Okay.
Originally pre-med because I was trying to be a physician like my father.
Dang,
Like,
okay.
God, Jesus, God.
Dang, all right.
Thank fucking Christ, I never ever... Thank God I flunked out
Oh, wow.
of pre-med. Because
Damn.
there's no way that I would have been sustainable as I wouldn't have been a good doctor. I
don't think
I
so?
probably would have played like a halfway decent doctor on TV.
I feel like you would have been like a Patch Adams. Like you would have found ways to like wear
And
a
how did
crown
he
nose
end up murdered by one of his own patients?
Is that how that movie ends?
Yeah, dude,
Oh, I forgot about that.
it's pretty bad.
I don't
Pretty
remember
gruesome.
that.
Yeah, it's pretty gruesome.
Dude, I must have.
Oh
saw
no,
the
not
TV.
Patch Adams. His wife. His wife got murdered.
But still, dang, that's sad. I think I repressed that memory.
I'm glad to bring it back.
Oh, you know what? So
Make a pirate ship in his
So I know you do a lot of voices, and I wanted to tell you that part of Korz Cove is a storytelling. Everything is a story here, and everything will be a story. So I was thinking that at some point, we get a little further. Maybe we have two characters. One pizza shop guy, one maybe patron, and we'll have a quick dialogue. But who do you think would be a good voice or good person to be in the pizza shop?
Hold on, before I get to that, the voice that came to me for this guy is Vinny. Vinny on the boardwalk. Hey, how you doing? Let me get two slices.
Perfect.
Right. I got two slices right here.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so
So
that
I think the guy in the pizza shop. I feel like he's a transplant from Maryland.
okay.
We're just gonna ride this thing until the wheels fall off. At
I
some
hope so.
point. Yeah. So I think he's a transplant from Maryland. So I would put on or Delaware or your deepest Deloise accent.
Deloise.
Your deepest Deloise accent up against hey, how you doing? Let me get two slices here.
Yeah, I'll be like, all right.
So that's Vinny. I got Vinny down. So I would
yeah.
put for you for the pizza shop owner. We want, and it could be. You know what? It might be a female. It might be a female.
Okay.
Transplant. So I'll let you roll with that.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Pride month. Go for it.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
Get into
Perfect. Yeah, and suicide awareness.
there. We're cramming it. I mean,
All of it. All the things that you.
because if you're
wanna
paying
lay off work.
$6 for a slice of pizza on a boardwalk, you probably don't have long.
Oh yes, yeah. So that could be part
It
of our
won't be long
dialogue.
now.
So I do realize that we didn't even make a door, but it's fine.
No, we're enjoying the conversation, man. This is great.
No, it's good. It's good. I think our pizza shop is looking good. We'll do a close up at some point, but we got a nice little space here.
Nice place.
What do you think of it so far? I like the brick. I like the color
think
of it.
it's great.
The
It's-
boardwalk here.
We got the boardwalk there for sure. The rest of the ocean, is it like a floating island in the ocean there? Because I don't know.
Well, I thought about
This is a very special pizza shop.
It's very special. I think that it is floating.
Is
in
it
the
kind of
water.
like Venice, where it's just floating on
Yes.
like stacks of clay?
Yep. So the whole pizza shop is on the water.
Right.
So
You want
it's
to maybe
very
put a
shady.
little grass or something back here? I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, we can
just
put some grass in
as
the
a
back.
possibility.
Yeah, I like that. I would take that.
We got to have
maybe
a
it's like
dumpster out back.
a channel.
A channel. There you go.
Yeah, it's the pizza channel.
Right. The pizza channel. Let's see what we got here.
It works. We can have some sand too if we want.
Yeah, you put some sand. Yeah. There you go. I would put it. Just give it a little bit right towards the edge, so we see a little bit of that water.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's cool. Perfect. So yeah, man, that's cool. That's cool character stuff. Character building. What do you think about? Do you have any so obviously stand up is your art, but is there anything as far as like a musical instrument or maybe like maybe a hobby or something that
Well, I
you
play
like?
piano.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that explains the piano on your last special. Stage.
There's actually a piano in both of my specials.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool.
So that's been like a reoccurring theme that for the third special.
Yeah.
We have to find a place that has a
You
piano.
have to, man. Yeah,
I
that's-
really don't.
Yeah, but
want
that's
to, God.
You don't want to have another.
Do you
piano.
remember remember like the special for the second special and you were there and you were
Yeah.
one of the comics
I
that
was
opened
there.
for me. It was tremendous.
I was there.
Great comic that opened for me, and I remember it because we started late because of the previous act, which I believe was a drag show.
No, it was like a Magic Mike show.
There's an overlap there. For
Yeah,
sure.
maybe it was like maybe it was like I don't
You were
know.
playing It's Raining Men.
Yes, that's
And,
what it was.
and I remember like
I
they
got
were-
casted for it. I was like, I can't. Sorry about
I'm
that.
double booked, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Gentlemen, I'm double
It's
booked.
too much. I had to tell Chris. I was like, dude, I gotta rehearse. And they're like, what?
So anyway, I remember like we ended up starting late, and it was just
Yeah.
like, oh my god! And they were going to town on the piano, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I play piano. Do you play any instruments yourself?
Nah, nope. I've been doing a lot of singing down here, but that's about
Oh,
it.
that's cool, man.
Um,
What do you sing? What do you got? What do you got for me?
usually Disney songs.
Disney.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Big
it fits.
Disney
I mean,
fanatic.
definitely.
Yeah, we have a genie over there, original by Robin Williams over there.
Is that
Yeah,
in the ashtray there?
No, no, that's a little further along.
Is that where the genie died?
The genie is stepping off the boat right there.
Oh, cool. Oh,
So
look at that.
so I'll explain to you the story.
That's cool.
So just a little bit. So because I have a whole bunch of spiders and snakes. So it starts off with the original Robin Williams, and he's on the boat, but he had just rubbed the lamp. But at some point in the movie, I think they have a fight, Aladdin and him. So he's kind of mad at the genie right now. But
Right.
he's on this on the island. And the genie is trying to get his attention. He's actually playing cards with. I have a picture of like an old woman. He's playing cards with that old woman.
Okay.
And then he's getting surrounded by all these snakes and spiders, and the genie's trying to get his attention.
Just trying to get your attention.
Which is great.
So it's crazy. Yeah, I'll tell you that too. Like just the start of the story, because it's all got to come together eventually. But so the reason why these pirates have started this amusement park is because the pirates and the knights were actually in the middle of signing a peace treaty.
Right.
And the pirates were trying to convince the knights. They're like, listen, like we are not bad people. We just have a bad rap. We're really cool. We're chill to hang out with and all this other stuff. But these crazy monkeys had ended up taking these boats, and they ended up throwing dynamite at the knights' castles, and the knights think it was the pirates who did it. And so then they start a war, but the pirates end up winning the war, and now they're in this abandoned castle. That they're like, crap, man, we were trying to prove that we're not bad people.
Right.
But now we're here, so they're like, you know what? If we're here and we're trying to prove that we're not bad pirates, let's just make an amusement park. So they're making an amusement park out of a semi-haunted land.
No, listen.
Yeah, you get it.
That is quite a story.
Yeah, I get it, man. I'm on board. I'm on board, man.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, this is like Staten Island, I guess. Just a floating...
Yeah, it's got
Floating.
Staten Island vibes for sure, or Bayonne.
Yeah,
There's some
Bayonne.
in there. But what I want to put in the back here, you gotta have an oven. You gotta have.
Oh
an
yeah,
oven
we have to
there.
have an oven.
I'm trying to think about how we can figure out an oven here.
Yeah, okay. So we have I don't know if these pieces right here are too small for like this. I mean, that's I put that as like a fridge over there. But we do need.
I thought it was honestly. I thought that was a dresser drawer. Like this is where
Where
they
they
live.
change.
When they change at night.
Yeah.
Like I just live in the pizza shop. Like they're really hardcore, man.
No, I was a fridge.
Okay, all right, that works. But we
yeah.
gotta put like some sort of oven in here.
Yeah,
So
we
I
do
feel
need an
like,
oven. Yeah, okay. I like that.
Just something. I mean,
Oh yeah, like an open fire.
Yeah, open fire.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. Let's see if we can get some. I have fire somewhere.
Do you have an idea what you might call your next special?
Yeah. I want to call it Gander Hill.
Gander Hill.
Yeah, which may not make sense.
No,
but
no, don't say anything. It's one of those things. It's like Midnight Hero.
Yeah,
you find
yeah,
out.
yeah,
when
you'll
you're in
find
it.
out.
You find out.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking of that, or because I got into movie stuff and TV and producing, and I was thinking about doing the next special and calling it like "Should Have Just Stuck with Comedy," because I do want to talk about set life and different things that you learn during film production, TV production. It's just it's a different world, and so I think some stories like with Zac Efron, Bill Murray, not to name drop, but just like people you've met or I've met, and the stories that come along with that. But also like what happened to me is I started focusing so much on like the film stuff. I felt like I was losing credibility as a stand-up. So it was like I was trying to do everything. And I thought, and I still think that everything is going to be under the same umbrella, and like once something takes off, it all take off at the same, in some way or another. But the whole thing is like stand up is its own art form,
Right.
and so me doing movies isn't going to make me a better stand up, if that makes sense. But it is giving me more experience. It's making me more marketable, multifaceted, all those things, which is like all these qualities that I hold true to myself. But I also don't want to forget that stand up is what I truly love. And so I feel like not taking a hiatus, but it's like I wasn't as relevant in the stand up scene, which was kind of like I took a shift and I learned so much and it was great, but then it was like I thought that when I would be able to go back to New York and perform, I would I'd be like, oh man, well I'm in these movies and this and that, and I would have all these credits, and they were like, we don't care, because you're not here. So it's like that's the whole thing about that. So it's like, you just like kind of breaking back into it. But that would be like one of those things where it's like, man, I should have just stuck to stand up. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do all these things to be like, dude, if I do this, if I make movies, if I get a clothing brand.
Like, the grass is always green on the other side. You know how many comics
you're
I
right.
know that are always like, man, I should have done film. I feel like I would have had a better chance. I would have had a bigger audience if I did that.
Yeah,
so
that's what you're
the
saying.
grass is always greener, man. That's my daily reminder to quit comedy.
Yeah,
By the way.
yeah, that beep. Yeah, well, it's reminding you 3 times.
Yeah.
I'll have to take care of that for another episode, but I didn't realize that was going to beep
that's
every
all
12
right.
minutes.
Yeah.
But okay, so you want to wrap it up? You want to take a?
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
Or how do you feel?
I feel great. I mean,
Okay.
I've never really played with Legos. I think the last one when I was a kid. So
It's been a long time.
this looks great to me. I mean, I think we just need some pizza.
Yeah, we do need some pizza.
Need some pizza and some finishing touches here. We got to get Vinny and who do you want to? What's her name? And that works at the pizza shop. What's her name?
All right. Well,
I got Lorraine. Lorraine.
Okay, wait a minute. Is that Vinny?
That looks like a Vinny. You got a guy in a muscle shirt there. You got a guy in a tank top.
I do. Yes, I do. I'll find him. That's funny.
Because Vinny's very muscle shirt. He likes to
Yes.
walk around in a tank top.
Oh, here's a Vinny face there too.
All right. Yeah, he's definitely got that Vinny look to him.
Yeah, I definitely have a tank top guy too. Let me find him.
All right, Vinny for sure. And then
Yeah, I say we go with the improv. If you
yeah,
got it.
let's go for it.
That would be cool. Let me see here. I don't know if I had the pizza.
That's all right. We can figure it out. We can edit in
I
post.
got you. I think my niece. I told you my nieces are here. You saw me.
Yeah.
They're
Currently being held captive behind this table.
yes,
off
and
camera.
They're doing well, man.
They're doing well.
The amount of time that they've.
For the amount of time that you've malnourished them without food or water.
Yeah, I think they're doing
well.
great. I'm actually pretty proud of them. Thanks for staying quiet, guys.
It's that Maryland spirit.
Okay, so I'm thinking of some funny things that I can have here. I do have a whole bunch of food. I don't know if I can. I only have one tank top guy, so I may not be able to find him right now.
No, don't worry about it. Vinny, we got a Vinny right here. He looks good. You got any pizza over there?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now. The food. I might be upstairs. Ooh, okay.
Or what we could do the Kraken here, and we could do instead of pizza, maybe he's getting a little calamari.
Okay.
Right here. You see it right here? You got a little
that's
calamari.
perfect. Let's just do that.
One eternity later.
We don't pump our gas, we pump our fist. If you're
Hi, welcome to the pizza shop. Do you want some pizza?
Oh, pizza. Hey, ooh, did it just come fresh? I don't like pizza that's been laying out.
Well, if you look over here, I have a live octopus.
Oh, hey, ooh, little calamari. Just what the doctor ordered. You know what, I'll do that. I'll take an order of calamari, and, whenever you find some pizza, maybe you got some in the back there.
Yeah, well, we just opened up, and we're actually still in our construction, so I only have this octopus to serve.
Oh, yeah? You've been doing the new construction? Oh, yeah, no way.
Yeah, I just built it. It took me an hour to build this place, but, I kind of like the on-the-water theme, just floating.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's for an hour's work. You do great work. Wow, you really move fast.
Yeah, we're not done yet, but, I made pretty good progress.
This is very nice. And let me go ahead and take one of those green barrels you got there off to the side to wash down my calamari with.
Yeah, those are trash cans, but sure. I mean, I guess I could put some liquid in there. Actually,
this one right here.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, well, here you go. Here's your.
How you doing? I prefer to drink out of a hefty cinch sack lid. That's just goes with. I'm very thirsty today. Don't mind me. I just got a little tipsy. I tipped over there.
Yeah, and that's fine because I actually don't have our stove is working yet or a sink, so I'm just gonna give you this octopus.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Hey, I didn't get your name, by the way. What's your name, sweetie?
Yeah, it's Sue.
Sue. Get out of here. How you doing? My name's Vinny. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Vinny. Great to meet you.
This is great. So this is your place all by yourself?
Yeah, for now, until I find some employees or, someone willing to help.
Well, I tell you what, if you want, after I have this calamari, I was going to go check out this beautiful sunset over here, if you're free. I thought maybe later, after I finish this calamari, you'd get rid of this shit box where you work at, and maybe we could go, go check out sunset. What do you think?
Well, I mean, you make a pretty good point. I'm pretty sure this place is going to float away anyway.
It is pretty bad if you take a look around. I don't want to be nasty or anything, but it does look pretty bad. It's floating. You got a patch of grass over there. You're serving your drinks out of garbage cans. You have a live octopus. It's a pizza place with no pizza. I don't want to be disrespectful here, Sue, but I don't think you have long.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll go with you.
Yeah, come on. Listen,
All right.
I'm going to tell you, there's a really great business that we can do. Have you ever heard of cocaine?
Oh, wow. Well, nope, but you're going to have to help me get down because I didn't even build a door.
Oh, yeah, come on then. Just jump. I'll catch you right in
okay,
my arms. There you
okay.
go.
All
Right,
almost.
there you
I'm
go.
going to fall in
Hey,
the water.
oh, hey.
Okay.
What
Whew,
you
that
been
was
eating?
close.
Hold on.
All right. Hey.
All right. Hey,
All right.
how you doing? All right, listen. So anyway, the great thing about cocaine is that you don't need a place like this. You just show up and the customers come to you.
Wow. Do you mind if I just take the octopus?
Sure.
Like as a pet? I'll just keep it on a leash.
Yeah, we're good at it. Yeah, good
It'll
take
just
it.
follow us.
All right. All right, and repeat after me, all right? We don't pump our gas, we pump our fist. If
We
you're
don't pump
from
our gas,
Bayonne,
we pump our fist.
If you're from Bayonne, you're on the list. Because we don't pump our gas, we pump our fist. Jersey!